Hey, Inspirers, welcome to the Elevate Life. I am here at the United States Olympic and Paralympic Museum, and I'm beside the very leg and shoe that helped me win a silver medal in 2000. There's also an incredible painting you see back here of me by artist Bernard Sandoval. And if you're ever in Colorado Springs, I'd love for you to stop by the United States Olympic and Paralympic Museum, take a picture with my leg and send it my way. I'd love to see it, all right? Now let's dive into today's episode. Elevate Life, Build Business Momentum, Episode 1, Leading Through Change, Building Strategic Relationships in High-Stakes Transitions. The principle for today is how we're navigating change. Whether you're leading change or experiencing it in a deep, meaningful relationship, providing stability, trust, and collaboration that makes all the difference in uncertain times. So when I'm out speaking and teaching about genuine, authentic relationships, I sometimes get asked, what does authentic even mean? Let me tell you a story about my little church, a little dry creek bed, and a boy who just wanted to race his dad every Sunday after church. This story goes back to my late 20s when I was a world-class athlete and training for the Olympics. Every Sunday after church, my son John Jr., only about 3 or 4 at the time, would look up at me, his eyes full of excitement, and ask, "Hey, Dad, can we race down to that creek?" It wasn't far, maybe about 100 yards, 150 yards maybe down the road, and we'd sprint. Him giving it all, his all, trying to beat me. And I can still picture those little legs of his flying, trying to cut me off. Then, on the way back, he'd start talking, and I listened. He'd ask me all kinds of questions from, "Hey, Dad, did you let me win?" to, why are you still in the Army?" to, "Why can't we come and live with you?" He was asking about my time stationed in Germany where my family couldn't join me because I did not have command sponsorship. My wife Alice and John were living back in Arkansas with her mother, and those questions were his way of trying to understand our separation. And everything changed when he turned 5. I had my accident and had my leg amputated. Running was no longer in the picture, but one Sunday, John looked up at me and said, "Hey, Dad, can we race back down to that creek?" I looked at him, I looked down at my prosthesis and feeling the pain, the blisters, the sores, and I told him, "Yeah, son, I can barely walk. I don't even know if I can run again." John looked down at my artificial leg and then back up at me, and with the wisdom of only a 5-year-old could have said, he said, "That's okay, Dad. Can we just walk down there?" And in that moment, I realized it was never about the race. It was about the relationship. It wasn't about reaching the finish line first. It was about the time we spent together. So what does this story mean for us in business? More than you might think. In business, just like in life, we're often sprinting, chasing the next deal, the next milestone, trying to get ahead. But like that walk with my son, the real value isn't in rushing forward. It's in taking the time to build something that is more deep. Strategic relationships, the kind that elevate your business, are built on trust, time, and connection. And here are some guiding principles for us to remember. Go slow and go deep. Trust isn't built overnight. Focus on the long game. Curate and cultivate. Relationships need nurturing. You can't set them and just forget them. Personalize the experience. Dr. Maya Angelou said it best. People remember how you made them feel. Those personal touches matter. Now, for those joining us in the premium group, we're going to get into the how. It's one thing to understand the value of deep relationships, but let's talk about real, actionable strategies to build and maintain them. We'll cover specific ways to make your relationships last by using tangible steps that drive trust and connection. And look, if you're not part of the premium group, I hope that these insights have been exceptionally valuable for you. Join me on Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern for an accountability check-in as we reflect on how these principles have worked for you this week. Well, that's it, Inspirers. So stay tuned for Thursday morning accountability check-in for the 7 a.m. Eastern check-in, and we'll be there to talk about how these strategies are working for you. Thank you for joining me on Elevate Life, Build Business Momentum, and exploring these strategies for building lasting, meaningful connections. As a reminder for those interested in the full story of my journey with my son and more insights on impactful leadership, you can find my new book, 10 power stories to impact any leader. Journal your way to leadership success. That is out there. I think the small one is on my website, or you can just get it on this channel right here, right now. Remember, it's not about the race, it's about the relationships. And if you're ever in Colorado Springs, swing by the United States Olympic and Paralympic Museum, snap a picture with my silver medal on my leg, and send it on over. I'd love to see it. So see you on Thursday for our accountability check-in. Go forth, inspire your world. Bye for now.